UMAR, I'm at IFL TV, MTK Global. I feel more relaxed now. Joined by Frank Smith. Joe Markowski's got proper business to attend to.
What am I?
Huh?
What am I then?
Well, you're the CEO of Matrim, but that was my first time.
Am I a little bit more relaxed than?
Yeah, that was first time with Joe. It was quite.
Was it your first time you done an interview with Joe?
I think for like the middle part of the interview was quite intense. So.
You were getting quite nervous. Did you delete the bit at the end?
It's only just gone on, but.
Are you going to delete that bit?
No, I'll keep it in.
Oh
yeah. Right. Tradition of Q&A, so let's pick up the sensible ones. Is Frank, not really sensible, but is Frank the man behind No Context now?
No, I wish. You'd be getting some proper big opportunities there, advertising revenue as well down the line.
Nearly got, I think it's on 200k.
So he did 65 million impressions.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of impressions. I'm impressed by that.
He's kind of become famous.
He has, hasn't he? Because all the people who didn't know who he was are like, who's this No Context Hearn geezer? He's all over the place, isn't he?
Mad.
It's quite amazing, really. And now he's playing up to it.
Yeah, but
not playing up to it. No, but in interviews he's just dropping things in there.
I mean, that one he did with Coogan, did you watch it in Manchester?
Yeah, it was basic, because that's where about 15 different videos
are. Oh, go on then one. I'm not having this, and he turned around.
But the good thing is, you can get him to do it again. So like, last night I was with him and he was like, just like doing all his impressions of him doing No Context Hearn. So he was doing impressions of himself from No Context Hearn.
Like a double act of No Context.
Basically, yeah. I think he's enjoying it a bit too much, to be honest.
Alright, 2 parts to this guy's question. Hello Frank, do you have any opportunities for a business student on a gap year at Matrim? I'll make a good cup of tea. Secondly,
he's not as good as me at making tea.
No one is. Secondly, it's been over a year since Dazn launched. Are you happy with the progress so far? Would you say you're ahead of schedule? So let's go with question 1.
Question 1, send your CV, frank.smith@matrim.com. Can't guarantee anything, but send it through.
And yeah, second part of the question, we kind of discussed this with Joe, but where Dazn's at, and are you happy with everything?
I think they've done an amazing job. I think it's, you look at the schedule where it's at now. We're going back to where we started actually, October 6th, I think it was. We started in 2018.
That's nearly a year.
That was our first show in Chicago. I think it was that day, October 6th, around that date. And we started there, and the schedule we put together throughout the year, it's had its tough points along the way, and maybe has been a little bit tougher than expected. But we're coming into a brand new market as us with a brand new business, Dazn as a brand new platform, and I think where they're at now, it's a great place to be. Best schedule in boxing, I would say.
It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I think you look at all the other ones. You look at ESPN, you look at Showtime, Fox. I don't think you can argue with anyone saying Dazn's upcoming schedule, September to December, is the best out there.
What do you think is going to happen with Showtime? Because they put the money up for the Wilder Brazil fight, and now that Ortiz rematch is going on Fox pay-per-view. So not the best for Espinosa on that front.
No, I don't know. I think it's got to make you a bit bitter, hasn't it, towards it all, if you've supported it all along the way, and then the biggest fighter that you've got on the platform then gets sort of ripped away. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. A lot of the bigger names are all going on to Fox now, not just Wilder, but the other names. It was on Fox.
Pacquiao Thurman was on Fox.
Yeah. So they're all moving across to Fox. So it'll be interesting to see what Showtime have done. You saw HBO come out of boxing not long after. I think it was around September time. I think October last year. They announced they were coming out of boxing. So
basically, when Dazn came in.
Yeah, but they obviously made a decision not because they didn't. Not even because they didn't want to compete, but they just saw other avenues. And you see some of the stuff they're doing now, the production, original production, stuff like that. That's what they're focusing on now. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what Showtime do, but I don't think they're in the best position personally.
Yeah, it's interesting at the moment within America in terms of broadcast landscape. It was quite stagnant before, but now obviously ESPN are pumping loads of money in because Dazn came into the market. Fox are, apparently did 300,000 buys for Spence Sport, which isn't too bad if that figure is accurate.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure about, you look at ESPN, they sent, you saw Lomachenko came over to the UK. So things have changed. When Hooker fought Ramirez came over to Dazn. So ESPN have slowed up a bit on what they're doing as well. If you look at it, even letting Lomachenko come to who's one of their biggest names within their boxing, top ranked deal, come into the UK and not fighting on prime time in the US. They probably wouldn't have had that at the start.
I'm trying to think of their last pay-per-view. Oh, it would have been Crawford Khan probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, let's talk about Amir. See, no contract with Matchroom, but this whole thing with Kell Brook has restarted again for like the 10th time. Do you see it happening, Frank?
I think everyone says if it doesn't happen now, it won't happen, but we've said that a few times. Yeah. I do think that's the period it's at now, though. If it doesn't happen now, it's not going to happen. But can it happen? Anything can. So let's wait and see. Do you still want to see it?
I might get stick for this, but in terms of the size of the fight, it's probably one of the biggest you could make in the UK.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Amir's got a massive name, everyone knows that, and so has Kell. Kell's been in some great fights and built a huge audience over the years. So it is still a massive fight. People will moan about it, say it's come too late, but people will still watch it. I still think it's a good fight.
Do I want to see it? Yes. No sort of point lying and trying to pretend it was the fight. It could have been. They're both at the back end of their careers. But really, what other options have they got? I mean, Brook tried to get a Crawford fight.
I think it's the best option for each of them.
There
are other options for them to fight people, but it's the best option.
I'd go with that because if they're looking at, to get a Spence fight or a Crawford fight or even a Porter fight now would be quite hard because those guys, at the top of the division. Kell had that. A year out now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Amir obviously had that. Call it a tick over fight, if you like, in
Saudi.
Yeah. They probably both need each other. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it's just if you're going to come back, if they want a proper fight, I think that is the fight to have for the two of them.
Sure, Adam Smith as well would welcome that. Any plans for cards in Birmingham? I think Eddie touched upon bringing the FI there, but obviously he's got to fight with Estrada now, which can land here.
Yeah.
Not in New York.
Maybe that's down the line. We'll look to come back to Birmingham.
When's the last time you went there? Because I've had a few.
Amir Khan.
Oh, Vargas. Yeah.
Vargas, yeah. So when was that? It was September 2017. No, 2018. Sorry.
Yeah. God, it hasn't been
get my
long.
years. Yeah, I know. I'll get my years messed up. September 2018.
This is from Graham Arthur. Where have you been? You have been off the radar a little bit.
How?
I haven't seen you.
Do you know what? Where have I been? I did have a few days away. Got a few days sun. But I've been in the office. I've been in Saudi quite a bit. I've been in the US a bit. So I've just been doing a lot of travelling, to be honest. A lot of work going on in the background. So, have you missed me? Has he missed me?
No, he's just put where have you been.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a shame. I've been enjoying getting a little bit less stick.
Have you?
Yeah, when I come out, whenever I do things like this, it's just enter below.
Anything concrete yet for the Saudi card? Could we now see Parker on that bill?
We are working on the Saudi card as we speak, and hopefully in the next few days you will see an announcement on that. I know a few things have been spoken about, but yeah, next few days you'll see hopefully some concrete announcements there. Parker, he's obviously had to pull out, so we'll have to see how he feels and whether there's still the option to get him on there, because we've been discussing other fights as well. But the most paramount thing about Parker is that he's healthy, gets back fit.
Do want to get your thoughts on that situation. Obviously disappointing that the fight is off the card. I was looking forward to that, but there are many other heavyweights.
Yeah.
I think Eddie gave a list of 6 yesterday to Sky. But yeah, if you can't secure a legitimate opponent and have to draft someone in at late notice, which is unlikely because the amount of heavyweights there are potentially out there who could take that fight, could that come off pay-per-view?
Yeah, possibly. If we feel we'll find an opponent for Derek Chisora. as you say, there's that list out there to replace with, and hopefully we can get something done.
Yeah, Michael Hunter has been on the case. I've seen him tweeting a lot about it. That'd be a good fight.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Hunter obviously boxed a few weeks ago, and the other thing is as well, all these heavyweights, not like they're inactive. You know, they've had fights, or they've got fights coming up, or they're planned for other dates as well. So you know, they're all
Povetkin just fought.
Yeah, exactly, and
Hunter just fought.
and they're all being kept active. So it's not like you're going to bring someone in who hasn't been training, you know, isn't in shape, etc. So that's the key for us to find that person.
McCauley as well.
Yeah.
He's been active. Who else is it? Emmanuel Char could be an option.
You're reciting the list, aren't you?
I'm just trying to get every name.
You said Otto Wallin.
Yeah. What did you make of that between him and Fury? Did you watch the fight?
I did. I'll be honest. I was on a plane. I saw clips of it. I saw like comments on Twitter. Obviously, it was ended up being a great fight, didn't it?
Not great, but it
or,
was
or like no,
thought it'd just be a
well,
one-sided. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
So great.
Who's like to be Anthony Collar's opponent, and when is Tommy Call's final fight? When has anything been announced for Collar?
No, nothing announced for Collar.
But Tommy, I know, has come out publicly and said he does want.
He wants one more fight.
Yeah, like Collar.
Collar opponent we're working on, and news on that soon.
Right, this is an interesting one. I was going to bring this up anyway. You won a purse bid.
Yes.
When's the last time Matchroom won a purse bid?
We haven't had that many purse bids. The only one, the reason people bring it up is because of the purse bids we lost, which are Kid Galahad, Josh Warrington, which are Maurice Hooker against Alex Salcedo ages ago, and there was probably one other. It doesn't often go to purse bids. Like, not many fights end up at purse bids, is the truth, or you know, when someone is associated with, or we got a fighter involved. So yeah, we lost a few purse bids before, not the end of the world.
Are they both top rank guys?
Who?
The fight you won the purse bid were two welterweights.
No, one's top rank. Vespucci's with top rank.
Okay, so why have you secured that? I mean, they're not relatively known.
I think it's a good fight. We've obviously got that Monaco show, and it makes a lot of sense there.
Oh, it's sticking on that.
It's going to go on the Monaco show. So yeah, very exciting for that show, and I think it will go down really well there.
Who else is in that? Is there going to be any heavyweight fights on that?
Yeah, working on. We've got one which we've just tied up, which will be announced soon as well. I think we'll look to announce that. You know, some details on that show. Obviously, we've announced the show, but some fight details next week on top of the main event.
Can you tell me from Britain? Not the name, but
not the fight I just mentioned isn't from Britain, but there will be some people from Britain on there. Yes.
Not heavyweights, though.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
There you go. I'm boring, aren't I? I don't tell you any secrets.
You kind of did say a British heavyweight is probably going to be on it, so, but probably. What's it? You get this all the time. What's it like having dinner with Eubank Senior?
It depends what restaurant you go to.
Does he get takeaways?
I don't know.
He's part of your family now.
I'm sure he's eaten takeaway food before. Yeah.
No, like
what?
Like a
McDonald's. I don't know. Should we ask him?
If you want it.
Yeah, I'll ask him if he goes to McDonald's. It'd be a bit weird, won't it? By the way, I'm just doing this thing with UMAR UMAR. Do you have McDonald's?
One former fighter you'd love to promote?
One former fighter I would love to promote. Good question. Let's have a think. Frank Bruno. I like Frank Bruno.
Like an icon, really, in British boxing. Yeah.
Not for. I just like more for the thing of enjoy it. Like, I think he's a cool guy.
He is. Do you like Umar Coogan less?
I liked Umar more before, but he delayed me today, so I prefer Coogan now.
I do apologise for that.
That's right, mate.
But you were in the office anyways, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been here all day, don't worry.
Is there a plan for a Scotland show?
Possibly. As everyone will know, we were looking to do one in September when we were going to do Burns, but Burns ended up on the October 26th show. Obviously, we need the fights. We need the right fights in order to do it, don't we?
Have you got any Scottish guys in your ranks? High profile? Not really.
We've got Ricky
No,
Bell.
but I know apart from him because he's on the October 26th one.
We've got a few coming up, but young one. But the issue is more headline fights. So in order for us to take a show somewhere, we need someone who can headline the show.
Haven't got that right.
And you got as I say, you got Ricky, but
I mean, he's tied up obviously.
yeah, so he's got, but maybe he gets a win next year. Something we look at. Let's see. But we do love Scotland. Hydro's a great venue.
You used to go there a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We did quite a few shows. Obviously when Ricky was world champion, we did a few shows there. Probably 5 or 6 in a run. Always a great crowd, always great support. So we'd love to go back there. But I think we've seen with the new schedule we've just announced, or the schedule we've announced for this period, but up to December, 1 or 2 more to come. I think there's a real improvement in the shows there, as we discussed in the other interview.
If you own your own promotional company, which 3 fighters would be top of the list?
It's no different to now. I know I don't own Matchroom, but...
Really?
Huh? What, really I don't own Matchroom?
Yeah.
I treat it like it's my own.
Cozy Solomon, what's happening with him? Fair few questions on it.
What, Nkosi Solomon?
Yeah, because no, it's like, so we saw him obviously take that loss.
Yeah.
I think that was on his debut, right?
And then he had a win.
And then, is he still working with you guys?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But we're all good, but not working together anymore.
Okay.
Nkosi Solomon.
What?
That's just a...
No, you know what? They've had 3 or 4. I guess because there's been nothing put out about him, people might have thought he'd left, which is now we know what's happened. Have you got a dream fight you would love to see happen non-Matchroom, guys?
Dream fight, non-Matchroom.
I guess now, current fights. I'd say probably Crawford Spence.
Okay, what if I have to pick one that's non-Matchroom? Yeah, go on, I'll take that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Probably.
Yeah, okay.
God, you're not giving much today. Christ. Oh God, do I ask these? Is the password for Buffer's account different from his own?
Yeah, we do actually. I do have a different password for that account, and the no context Hearn account that I set up, and the no context Frank Warren account, and the no context Smith account, and that's me.
Have you got one?
What?
Oh. People are asking.
They're all me, and I do all of Buffer's tweets for him. Do you want to know what the password is?
What's a random question?
Why
wouldn't you be happy about this? Are you happy with Rocky Fielding fighting an MTK show?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
He was planning to fight on an MTK show before, and he had his injury, slight injury, didn't he? Yeah, he's boxing November 15th, is it? I think that show is. It's around there, November 15th.
So many dates MTK have got at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like boxing every weekend, isn't there? What's Matchroom's schedule? US and UK. Let's just run.
You want me to go for it?
Yeah, Golovkin this Saturday.
Golovkin October 5th, October 11th Trento in Italy.
Okay.
October 12th Usyk Bivol. October 19 we have Newcastle Davies Ritson. October I'm trying to remember everything in my head. October 25th we've got a show in Milan.
Milan?
Yeah. October 26th we've got the O2. November 2nd we've got Katie Taylor, Joshua Batsi in Manchester. November 9th KSI Logan Paul. I'm trying not to say things that aren't announced as well. Trying to remember as I go along. November 23rd Callum Smith.
Yeah.
November 30 Monaco. December 7 Ruiz Joshua rematch. We've also got, and I think there's 2 or 3 others that still haven't been announced within that schedule as well.
UK?
No.
Oh no, there's
Spain.
Danny Jacobs, we know.
Spain, yeah, and Danny Jacobs.
Spain?
Yep.
Madrid?
Wait and see.
Okay. How are the Italy shows going? Because I know you're
going really well. Building really well. Been really busy with those. Obviously, had the Egginton fight the other week, October 12th and October 11th, October 25th. So it's been a busy period for that. But really growing, really doing well. And Dazn Italy are really happy with them. So which is all that matters.
You've launched in Italy.
Yep.
Had a few cards there. You're launching in Spain.
Yep.
Now, what other territories are you looking at?
We're always looking at new markets. Always looking at new markets.
Germany's a big boxing market.
Yeah, Germany's one, but everywhere. We're looking at at Asia as well, doing more business as obviously with the big fight in Saudi Arabia, looking to do more there as well. So it's very exciting times, and I I think our goal is to keep growing this and get to 100 fights a year, 100 fight nights a year.
Well, you need to take on more people. You're gonna have to.
I don't. If we do 100 shows a year, I think we'll bloody need them, to be honest.
How many are you doing?
About 46
Wow, so basically doubling it.
every weekend.
Gonna need another Frank Smith and another Eddie Hearn.
Mm.
Where are we gonna draft them in from?
Hopefully he's a bit healthier than me, the other Frank Smith. And the other Eddie Hearn's a bit healthier than Eddie Hearn. Maybe we could have no context Hearn and Eddie Hearn.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't working in boxing? And do you think you'd be healthier?
Probably look a bit better than I do. I would, if you're asking me this when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a stockbroker. And I think otherwise, I'd quite like to do some stuff in football.
You're interested in football?
Not particularly. With this, I always think that if you're a bit sort of, if you can take yourself away from the actual, like all of these businesses like boxing, football, etc. Like there's a lot of people involved who are so heavily, like they just, all they know is boxing and all they love is boxing, and they can't really make rational decisions all the time.
Very good point.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, if you look at everyone who works, so like Lou DiBello, Bob Arum, Eddie, Frank Warren, boxing's all they know, basically.
Yeah, but see, I'm not like, I enjoy boxing, but I'm not like a boxing nut, or I'm not so close to it that I can't just make a rational decision about something, if you know what I mean. Like, I think so many people, they just, because they're so emotionally invested, make the wrong decisions. I think it's like any business. I think sometimes you need to step back away from it and look at it as, an actual decision, not just because you love boxing or because, So I personally think that helps me in my career anyway. I'm not saying it works for everyone. Like Eddie's what Eddie's like. Eddie's a boxing nut.
Obsessed, yeah.
Yeah, and he can still do what he does, but everyone's got a different character. And for me, it helps me just to be a bit stand back, make decisions.
Do you think that helps you a lot?
What not being
the fact that you're not so emotionally attached?
Yeah, no, but I'm emotionally attached to it being a success, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't ever want to walk out into a venue and there be 3,000 people in a 10,000 seater venue and go, because it's like that for me is where I am emotionally invested in the look of it. I want everyone to turn up. I want everyone to tune in. I want everyone I know to go, they're the fucking best though. And not from an arrogant, like I suppose you have to be a bit arrogant to say you're the best, but just more for the perspective of it being the best in anything I do. If I was stacking shelves in Sainsbury's, they'd all be lined up. I'd work 10 times as hard as anyone else.
How many times have you walked into one of your shows and thought, that was a disappointment?
I'm quite a critic. So for the guys who work for it, I'm a pain in the arse because I'm a perfectionist. So I will pick up on every little detail.
Oh God.
But it's like the way, I think it's the way we have to be, because otherwise you just get complacent with it. It's very easy just to slip into mistakes, isn't it, in any business? Whereas my view is, let's keep improving, let's keep building it, and let's get better and better.
Are you strict with your stuff?
I don't think strict is the right word. I think we want everyone to enjoy it. Like, it's like the same thing I've had. I enjoy what I do, so we want everyone to enjoy themselves, but obviously there has to be a level of quality delivered and that's expected from them. So that is what is pushed for throughout. So strict is probably the wrong word, but every show there is always elements where I go, this needs to improve, that needs to improve. And yeah, I've walked into shows where I thought that I've been a part of and I've made mistakes. I'm like, I'm not happy with it. And not everyone has that.
I always see you on fight nights, like running about, just on the ground constantly.
Trying to get my step count up.
Looks stressful though.
What the show? Do you know what, the shows aren't as stressful because a lot of the work's done beforehand. But boxing's a tough business to be involved in, I think. There's a lot of things go on that not everyone sees. But it's also got the highs involved with it. You can't compare them to anything else. I know I've only ever been involved in it, so I don't know what else to compare them to. But you know, like from job satisfaction, it's a job where you're involved from start to finish, and it's up to you to make it good. And if you can, it's nice from day one, from like announcing a fight all the way through to it being finished, to see what you build, like as a team. So that's what excites me, and that's what I don't think I'll ever lose, is that fact of let's just get bigger and bigger, but keep the quality.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, just learning a bit more about Frank Smith and his take on business.
Everyone's going to be like, I ain't got a clue what he's talking about.
They might have actually switched off by now, to be fair. Anyways.
Boring bastard.
That's harsh, that's very harsh. Frank, thank you for your time. You coming tonight to this Andrade thing?
Yep.
What's
Am I allowed?
I don't know, you might have been busy.
I'm on the uninvited list. It's like a media mixer. It's going to talk about what's going on, what's coming up, etc.
Okay.
You coming, or are you going to be late?
I'll make it. As long as it's not tomorrow morning. I'll make it. Is that, what stadium is it called? I have no clue about NFL, so.
What?
Is that?
No, it's not.
Are you sure? For Greg put in his email that.
No, it's I'll tell you in a minute.
Alright.
It's at the Ainsworth. No one's going to see this by the time it comes around. It's not a stadium.
Okay, I don't know why I thought that. Alright,
Good to see you, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.